Have you ever felt angry because of someone's words? Maybe a friend said something rude. Maybe your boss shouted at you. Or maybe someone didn't reply to your message and your mood changed. But the truth is, no one can make you angry unless you let them. Once there was a man who used to get angry at everyone and everything. But one meeting changed his whole life. This is his story, and maybe it's yours too. A long time ago, in a quiet village near the hills, there lived a man named Imran. Imran was known for his short temper. If his wife forgot salt in the food, he shouted. If a cow entered his field, he screamed. Even when children played and laughed outside, he yelled. Can't you stay quiet for 1 minute? He always thought the world was the problem, not him. His wife Sarah used to tell him kindly, Imran, why do you let small things make you so angry? Imran frowned and said, because people don't respect me. If they act wrong, how can I stay calm? He didn't realize he was letting others control his peace. One summer morning, a wise monk came. He wore simple white clothes and looked peaceful. His eyes were calm like still water. He sat under a big tree near the well, and people came to listen to him. They said his words could touch your heart. One evening, Sarah said, Imran, go meet that monk. Maybe he can help you. Imran laughed. A monk? What will he teach me? He doesn't live with fools like I do. The next day, while Imran was working in his field, a young boy from the village accidentally broke one of his tools. Imran lost his temper. He shouted so loudly that even the birds flew away. The boy ran home crying. That evening, Imran sat alone, his chest still heavy with anger. He whispered, why do I feel worse? Why do I always feel worse after shouting? That night he couldn't sleep. Before sunrise, he walked to the big tree where the monk sat. The monk was sitting quietly, eyes closed, listening to the morning birds. Imran stood there for a while, then said, Teacher, I'm tired. People make me angry, and I can't control myself. The monk opened his eyes and smiled softly. Sit down, my friend, he said. Tell me, when someone makes you angry, how long does it stay? Imran thought for a moment. Sometimes an hour, sometimes all day. The monk nodded. And how did you feel after it goes away? Imran sighed. I feel empty and tired. The monk said, yes, because anger burns the person who holds it, not the person it's aimed at. He picked up a bowl of water and said, see this water? It's calm now, but if I shake it, you can't see your reflection. That's how your mind works. When it's disturbed, you can't see clearly. Imran asked, so should I stay silent when someone insults me? The monk smiled. No, just learn to respond, not react. There's a big difference. When someone throws dirt at you, you can either catch it or step aside. The choice is always yours. The next morning, the monk asked Imran to bring a pot of water and a handful of sand. Imran did as he was told. Now boil the water, said the monk. As it began to bubble, the monk asked, can you touch it now? No, Imran said, it's too hot. The monk smiled, that's your anger. When emotions boil, you can't touch peace. Then he dropped a spoonful of sand into the pot. The sand makes the water dirty. That's your mind when you react. He poured the water into another bowl. After a while, the sand settled and the water became clear again. See, the monk said, when you stop reacting, your mind settles and you can see life clearly. Imran sat quietly. He realized that for years he had been boiling his own peace. From that day, he decided to change. When someone made him angry, he took a deep breath and remembered the monk's words, step aside, don't catch the dirt. At first, it was hard. His old habits tried to return. One day, a shopkeeper tried to cheat him at the market. Imran's face turned red, but he stopped himself. He said calmly, I'll buy from someone honest. The shopkeeper was shocked. For the first time, Imran didn't argue, and strangely, he felt peaceful inside. That night, he slept better than he had in years. But change always brings tests. One morning, a group of young men laughed at him. Look, the angry man has become a saint. Imran felt his anger rise again, his hands clenched. But then he remembered the monk's voice. When you react, you give your power away. He took a breath, smiled, and said, "You're right. I used to get angry, but now I'm learning to stay calm." The boys were confused. One asked, "How can you stay calm when we insult you?" Imran smiled and said, "When someone offers you poison, you don't have to drink it." The group fell silent. Imran walked away with peace in his heart. Weeks passed. Sarah noticed a big change in her husband. He didn't shout anymore. He smiled more. Even when things went wrong, he stayed calm. One morning, Imran went back to see the monk. He bowed and said, "Master, I've learned something important. People didn't make me angry. It was my own mind. Now I know that I can choose peace." The monk smiled and said, "You've learned well, Imran. Life will always test you. But every time you stay calm, you grow stronger inside." Imran asked, "Will people ever stop testing me?" The monk laughed. "When the storm sees you no longer run from it, it stops chasing you." Years went by, and Imran became known as the calmest man in the village. When someone was upset, they came to him for advice. He would always say, "Peace is not about silence outside, it's about silence inside." One day, a young boy asked, "Uncle Imran, don't people still make you angry?" Imran smiled and said, "Sometimes they try, but when you stop reacting, their power disappears. You can't control the wind, but you can sail." He looked at the hills and said, "When I stopped reacting, I started living." We cannot stop people from saying hurtful things. We cannot stop problems from coming, but we can stop giving them the power to steal our peace. Every reaction is a choice. Every moment of calm is strength. The one who controls his reaction controls his life. So next time someone tries to disturb your peace, smile and say quietly, "I won't catch the dirt." You can't control the world, but you can control your reaction to it. Real strength is not shouting. It is staying calm when the world tries to shake you. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs peace today. Every story here helps you grow stronger and better. Don't let the world steal your peace. Subscribe now and join our community of people choosing strength over anger.